It's been a little while since I made a video, so I figured I would um, make another one about how a secret cult controls the world using advanced weaponry. Um, Basically, the weapon causes people to disbelieve it's possible. That's the nature of the technology itself. What it does is, how it works is the brainwaves operate on electronic frequency and can be controlled covertly externally. And so, what they're using is highly advanced supercomputer AI in conjunction with nanotechnologies and that kind of thing as well. Now, what that does is the AI controls the person's mind so that they don't recognize that it's happening to them, and then forces them to disbelieve that it's true. So there's not going to be, a lot of people sometimes say, other TIs will say, like, the future, there's going to be global wars or revolutions and that kind of thing. But it's an impossible possibility with AI mass mind control. Um, in my own TI experience, the one that I posted, the hour and a half video, that has been, well, it's 2024 now, so it's been 7 years since I've had any major deals, and I can't say it's due to medication or anything else, because I've been on and off medication for the past 10 to 15 years, and none of it seems to make any difference. So about the only thing I get is weight gain and tardive dyskinesia from medication. It doesn't change the fact that everyone's covertly controlled by technology. It doesn't change the fact that, but what is it? What do I mean when I say, like, how does a cult covertly controlling the world, how does that affect you and me in our lives? Well, for example, these wars that are happening, these have been brought up recently. They told me that they're doing it because of me, but I'm like, nah. But I also understand the psychology of the people that are working in unison with the technology to cause devastation and catastrophe. A lot of people will say, like, the war in Israel, that's Benjamin Netanyahu who's doing it. It's not. It's covertly an AI causing everyone's actions to engage. So I would have to say he's not guilty of war crimes. Same thing with Vladimir Putin in Russia. People say he's responsible for the Russian war. That's just not the case. It is, in fact, an artificial intelligence covert control over his person that he cannot prevent from happening to him that is ultimately responsible. The one thing, um, they haven't really said a whole bunch to me over the years, in the recent time, like the past month has been complete silence. They don't really have a lot of information to share with me now. While I'm making this video, they're saying you're cool and stuff like that. I don't really get what the point of that means. But I did want to talk about the people who are in charge of the cult, who has placed themselves in charge of the world. And basically, what they have is what I call chief executive officer variant of antisocial personality disorder. If you're familiar with this variant of the disorder, um, and a lot of people say that ASPD, there is no cure, there is no solution to it. But I find that difficult to believe after doing some research about ASPD. That it happens from both, mostly from your environment as a child, if you're severely mistreated or mistaught things that the general population of healthy people, and that gets me into how I view things. These people are purely unhealthy. Their nature, they have a mental disorder known as chief executive officer variant of antisocial personality disorder, which causes them into a state of aggression, is one thing. Now, what they do though, instead of being, going out and getting a gun and shooting somebody, they use their advanced artificial intelligence to control everyone. Now, what that means is they can control Benjamin Netanyahu to aggress the Gaza Strip or carpet bomb. And I know there's arguments against that it's not carpet bombing, um, or in Russia. I'm not saying Israel specifically, but or in Russia, the advancement of troops into Ukraine. And what they do is they have little cameras that are so small that you can't see the camera because it's basically a molecular camera. That's the level of weaponry and technology that these people are hiding from everyone else. And, I'm not sure exactly what makes that fair, but, to me, life is fair. So there is something fair about it. They use those cameras to, like, say a bomb, and they have pre-knowledge where everything's measured out and they know who's going to die and what they can do. Oh yeah, there's the TD. What they can do is fly their camera right up next to the person's face as the bomb drops on them and watch them blow up. That's their type of entertainment. That's what they find to be appealing or exciting with Seo Voss, CEO variant of ASPD, Seo Voss. So anyways, I haven't really made a video in a while. I did want to mention that it's they're people like everyone else. Some people, they've been Illuminati, lizard people, and all this kind of thing. But that's just to throw people off of a more practical, common sense, and ultimately, healthy people are seeking to live peaceful lifestyles. That is the nature of a healthy person. Now, there's always competition. Competition is healthy, but when it leads to and causes people their death, then they, of course, would have chose otherwise, even if they cause their own death, because that is something that the technology can do with the control over your person, like myself, cause you to slice yourself up. And then everybody says, oh, they point the finger at you and say, oh, you have mental issues and all that kind of thing. But that's how the technology works. The technology works by controlling people to believe something other than the truth, which, I don't know if these people that are doing it believe everyone's a Neanderthal and just simply cannot comprehend the idea of an advanced supercomputer, much like Ultron, controlling everyone's minds covertly. But basically, so it becomes your personality. So when you watch my video, you say, none of that is true. This just perfect. None of that is true. And stick your tongue out and say this and just and perfect all the time. I sit there and watch television sometimes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's the new favorite word of everybody. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Everywhere you go, that's perfect. Can I get a number one, please? Perfect. Type of thing. The word perfect is making a huge comeback, not only in my life, but in general. And it's because the word perfect is, in fact, a cult word. I mean, it's a general term as well, but it's a cult word because they call themselves the Order of the Perfect. That's the name of the cult that currently controls the world. I don't know why they keep saying you're so cool, because I don't really agree with any of that. But and they haven't really been saying much to me for the past. I've basically, even though I've been through some extreme TI violence from the gang stalkers, including 200-degree temperatures in the brain, bloody mess, slicing myself up, stabbing myself in the chest, that kind of thing. Even though I've been through that in this modern time, in the modern time, I don't know what's going on here, but in the oh, there we go. In the modern time, um, or in recent times, I mean, not modern time, but in recent times, they've been very passive towards me. I wouldn't even say passive aggressive. I don't know. There's two things. Either they've sided with my psychology because they've stated things like, please help us. Um, we don't want to be sociopaths, which I decided they're not sociopaths, but the whole point was like, I was like, these must be sociopaths. And that's what I had identified. And then they're like, we don't want to be this anymore. Please help us. We want what you have, that type of thing. And so, I mean, to me, it's really just a matter of time for these people to heal. It's a matter of personal health with a mental disorder. It, basically, they have to not mistreat their children, um, raise them in a healthy and happy psychology, even though they have sale loss. It may be difficult for them to do that because they're so entrenched in this. We can do anything. We can kill someone, and no one can stop us. And that's the type of stuff that they say to me. But the whole point is that I wouldn't ever want to be able to just kill somebody for no reason or for any reason at all. Being a pacifist, I've always the way I look at it is if I can come to terms with people who are so different than myself and find peace between our two entities, myself and the gang stalkers, then there is no reason. Like, we're from completely different worlds. They're from the world of abuse, mistreatment, and harm and violence, and I'm from a very peaceful, family-oriented, non-violent environment. So if people like us are capable of finding peace, and I just don't see a reason why anybody would ever have to be violent for any reason whatsoever. Um, but healthy people. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Hold on. To me, the healthy vision that people have always had was to create peace on earth. Um, that to me is what a majority of people would vote for. It's like, would you rather vote for some random schmuck in some foreign country attacking people or peace on earth? And vote for that. And then, nah, you don't stand by and like, oh, they're carpet bombing the Gaza Strip. Oh, well, good, or whatever. I mean, just that kind of thing. Because I, I mean, I'm sure if I say anything bad, I'll be called an anti-Semite if I comment negatively about Israel. But I'm sorry. I just feel like with the levels of technology that Israel has over as an advantage over the Muslim people of the Gaza Strip, that the Israelis are far more capable of finding other ways of stopping the aggression than simply bombing the entire place. I don't care if it's strategic bombing. I don't care if it's carpet bombing. Oh, and I guess the leader also, but you can't hold anything against anybody in my world because everyone is covertly controlled by AIMS mind control. So the way that works is I tell you, hey, everyone's covertly controlled by AI or by artificial intelligence, supercomputer, mass mind control. And then you say, well, no, they are not. That is not true. That's just perfect. Because that's the way it works. No one will ever believe me from the get go. And even if they say they believe me, they still aren't comprehending the whole nature of AMS mind control. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about, it's really a level of health. Healthy people, well, to me, the people of the highest level of psychological health and physical well being. The Buddha, he was someone who believed in peace. Um, he was overweight. But at the same time, maybe he could have been, I don't know, maybe he was a little too peaceful. I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm anything like that. I'm just saying that I personally have have always believed in peace on earth, and that the striving to create peace and attain peace on earth comes before anything else as far as a human, as a level of human health. There's a level of human health involved where if somebody's like for example, I erased all the videos because I didn't really like them. But the guy that was telling me I should kill myself in the suffering, first of all, he's not very observant because I'm not suffering. I don't feel pain right now. There's no like psychological or physical trauma causing me some form of injury that is causing me pain. I don't know. I mean, the way I'm coming across, I don't get why somebody wouldn't be able to simply tell that I'm not in a state of pain by the manner in which I'm coming across. So I don't assume anything about that man, but I can guarantee you that he is suffering from some form of mental ailment, whether it's a disorder or an illness or something like that. But in that his poor mental health, he demonstrated to me by attacking me for no reason and telling me that I should kill myself. Well, no, I should not kill myself. There's no reason why I would even think about killing myself. Um, so there's that. But yeah, just a secret cult controls the world covertly. They are, in fact, not the cause because they are also innocent because they are controlled covertly by the technology. It's a pretty bad situation. That's why they asked for help, even though none can be provided. Although they have demonstrated interest in healing through their comments, through their statements, and even I have to admit through their actions. Because even if they cause me to like burn up right now, type of thing, there was the past 7 years of my life of nonviolence, personal enjoyment of being alive that has created what I like to talk about it like this: healthy, non confrontational life experiences. As long as you can continue to experience healthy, non confrontational life experiences, those are the experiences that you're seeking to have. Now, unhealthy, non confrontational life experiences are when you always get your way. And when you always get your way, which is the way it works with this cult, um, that can be very unhealthy. So for them, they have to decide, is this a healthy non-confrontation or an unhealthy non-confrontation? It's really about experiencing healthy non-confrontational realities. As long as you're living a healthy non-confrontational reality, then anytime somebody creates a confrontation in your life, it is their own, due to their own level of health, that they are in fact engaging in that confrontation toward you or with you. And those do happen from time to time. I always try to end the confrontation. Um, I would rather be living a peaceful life and a peaceful lifestyle because in that way, if somebody who's really angry or pissed off or violent or unhealthy, somebody who's really unhealthy shows up in my life, first of all, I'm going to be able to identify them now. I used to think that I just want to stay away from them, but from my experiences, I believe I have experience with helping those people. Now, maybe staying away from them helps them the most because they gotta think, why is everyone staying away from me? What is it about me that I need to change so that then other people don't just run, like, oh my God, I'm getting out of here, I'm getting away from you type of thought process. So it's really all these things is where I'm at today. I just wanted to make a short video. I didn't really have a whole lot to update. I'm going on 7 years of not auto police calls, haven't no mental institutionalizations, violent acts towards myself or anyone else. I've always been nonviolent towards others, and there was only the one incident that I posted about that I've ever been violent in my life was towards myself. And that's all because of AMS mind control. Because even then, my family is all, well, yeah, AMS mind control is a very dangerous technological weapon. Um, again, the way it works is controls people's minds to say there is no such thing as AMS mind control and that kind of thing. Or this is obviously schizophrenia and all that kind of stuff when the reality is that it's true. So anyways, I think I'll end with that. Thanks for checking out my video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below.